Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside the Hector Arena here in Pictou County, Nova Scotia, for the first game of a two-game set between the visiting Down East Auto Parts Stars and the home team, the Northern Subway Selects. We'll have a quick peek at the head-to-head here on your screen. The Stars currently 13-13-1, sitting in fifth place, and the Subway Selects listed as third place, but in a three-way tie for first place with the Moncton Rockets and the Lindsay Surge. Their record 21-3-0, looking to make good and continue on their winning ways. In the last 10 games, the Stars are 5-5 and the Subways are 8-2. And you can take a look at the rest of the stats there, the leading scores. My name is Matt Doodley for High Button Sports. We thank you for tuning in to game number one here, as mentioned, of the two-game set. As both teams get set here for opening puck drop. A little bit of a delayed start for this game. They had a bridge closure, the Confederation Bridge that is, so Stars able to get here. A little half hour late to start, but no big deal. Both teams in the building and ready to go here now as the referees will have a quick chat. Starting goaltender first for the Subway Selects. We'll take a look down there if you have a peek in your screen. Looks like it's going to be number 1, Amy Field. Amy Field, a 12-1-0 record with a 0.763 goals against average, less than 1 goal per game. And in the far net for the Stars is going to be number 30, Tegan Young. Looks like we're ready to go here now. It's the Stars and Selects live from the Hector Arena here in beautiful Pictou, Nova Scotia. Both teams center ice, and we are now officially underway here. Layla Burris with the first touch. She'll fire it inside the zone. All the way around to the far corner now. Trying to work it out front. They do. That one goes up and over and on top of the goal. Good zone time to start here for the Selects. Trying out a new angle for you is at home, folks. Hopefully it's a little bit better. The mesh seems to be a little bit less visible from my end, but I guess we'll wait and see. So face off just to the left side of Young. Still in the corner down there as they hang on. Worked up top. Over to the half wall it goes. Not quite out of the zone though, however. Hallie Rose McLean just hit the 100-goal mark in her career a couple games ago. So that one works into the corner. Passed out front. Cross-ice pass looking for Fitzpatrick, just too far out of her reach, so away it goes down inside the Select zone. Worked up the left side now, through the middle. Sean Richards looking for it. Jammed up at the blue line, poked free. Back up there. Back the other way, Richards pressing. Fitzpatrick able to get a stick on it. Now Cadence Player with it. She'll loop it back to her defense. Up the left side for Fitzpatrick. Braylon Walker in a foot race here with Lexi McIntyre. McIntyre swoops in, grabs that one. She'll fire it up the left side. That one's going to get by everybody, and we'll see if it has enough for icing, and it will. So we'll have a stoppage of play here. 18:38 left to go here in the first period, just under 2 minutes in. Female hockey in the spotlight over the last little while, but just finished the first game of the takeover tour here, where I went to the game myself and I actually saw a lot of familiar faces. Nice for these girls to see the professional game up close and personal. The end of the road no longer exists here for these ladies. Worked up the right side now. Nice little move. Morrow fires across ice. Picked off by the Stars. Cut back move McIntyre, but she's pressed there by McGuigan. McGuigan stays on her. McIntyre trying to poke it out of the zone. She does now. Away goes McHattie. She's going to fire that in deep as it goes all the way down into the Stars zone. In behind the goal. Picked up here, Fife Francis McDonald in on the forecheck. She's tripped up. The arm goes up. And as soon as the Stars touch up here, they will be penalized, and they will be now. And it looks like it's going to be number 19, Maya Larkin. 2 minutes, for tripping, I want to call it. Hooking. Okay. Same thing. Quick look over at the rink dogs over there. A couple here in Pictou. Everybody loves a rink dog. So first power play of the game is going to go to the selects here. Working in the corner. That one's going to get just outside the line now as Burris fires it across for McIntyre. And over the line. Burris holds it. And that's going to be ripped out by Ellie Mullins, who will head for a change as the puck goes all the way down onto the goaltender Field, who leaves it there for Burris. Burris will move it up the right side for Anna MacArthur, who couldn't handle it on the backhand, so that'll get by her on the proper side of the red line, though, however. So no icing on the play. McIntyre, right point. Works to the middle. Nice edge work there. She shakes off the first forechecker. Good press here at the blue line from the Stars. Back out to the blue line. McIntyre there in a hurry. Shot on goal. Rebound there, and they score. Looks like Francis McDonald. No, it's actually Rogan Vint on the doorstep, and that's going to go down as a power play goal just about halfway through. So that's going to be Vint's 7th goal of the season, and she makes it 1-0 here. Good start for the Selects. They make good on the first power play of the game, and we'll head back to center ice. Carly Boyle chips it up the left side to Trome through the middle. Back across, that was Grinton. Grinton with it. In behind her own goal now. Over to that left side. That left side's still a little bit of a blind spot for us, but gotta get yourself a good commentator, and hopefully it won't matter. Over to the right side, worked up the right side. McCaddy trying to fire through the middle, turned it over were the Stars. McKenzie turned it over. Walker pushes her opponent. So now McKenzie will pick it up. She'll fire it back for the D. Cross ice pass on the partner through the middle of the ice. Selects intercept, but they were offside in the meantime, so they were forced to touch back up as that puck goes back through the middle. So Trome now is going to fire it in deep. Field thought about coming out to play, but she'll leave it. McGuigan in on the forecheck. She'll spin off. Poked it to the left side. Fife McDonald cycles it back behind the goal. Boyle picks it up here for the Select. She's going to head north up the left side. That gets by everybody, and that's going to go all the way down the ice, and that will be an icing. So we'll head back down to the Select zone here, who lead 1-0. Thank you all for joining us here on this brisk, sunny Saturday afternoon. So face off, just to the left of field. Shot, that was blocked. Another chance. That goes all the way over to the far point. Mullins on it now. Cross ice pass. Myers backhands it across. Larkin will pick it up on the partner. Up the left side. Fitzpatrick through the middle looking for Lutley. Too far for her to reach, so it's McIntyre now. Chips it off the wall. McCaddy gets the red line, gets it in deep, and in on the forecheck goes Bria Tanner. And behind the goal now, forces it to the far side. Fitzpatrick back to Larkin. At the point now, shot coming. That one was kicked aside easily by Young. Mullins looking for the loose puck. She'll run into her former teammate this season at the U18s. Lexi McIntyre, who stays in. Good pass back to the point. Spin around move. Tanner didn't like the shot, so she fires it in deep. McIntyre spins off a defender. Richards now, hits a weird part of the boards now as McIntyre's going to have a chance to shoot. She winds and fires, but fires it in deep instead as she didn't have a clear lane to the net. Raina Fitzpatrick. Cross ice pass looking for Mullins. Mullins wasn't able to find it. Now it's back the other way quickly here. Allie Chisholm through the middle. Mullins backhands that through the middle of the ice. That's going to go all the way down to the Select zone now as McIntyre back to collect. Walker forces her on the left side. That one bounces off the wall. Out into the neutral zone here. And worked across now. Up the left side. Bradley slows her counterpart up. Now as Fitzpatrick walks in over the line. Fitzpatrick, left side. She's pushed off into the sidewall. Now worked in behind the goal. Picked up now by the Selects. They're going to head north up the left side for Hallie Rose McLean. She'll poke one free, try to make a move past the second defender, Bradley, but stopped up just inside the blue line. Now a little miscommunication for the Selects, and it's back the other way. Here's Player. Poked off her stick by Burris. Burris now in on the loose puck in the far corner. Poked free towards the goal. Braylon Walker on it. She's going to come away with the puck. Stops up, tries to center, fanned on the attempt. Down there in the corner now. Poked free, all the way out into the neutral zone. Citrome had to ease off as the pressure started to come back the other way as she fires it in deep. Picked up now by Connolly. Connolly up the left side. In the middle for Hallie Rose McLean, who fires it in deep. Banks off the end wall. Picked up here. Good clean breakout pass for Matheson. Underneath to McGuigan for support. She'll battle through the neutral zone, but she had it turned over by McCaddy. Now the puck switches positions once again. Possessions, not positions. I guess the same thing in that particular moment. McCaddy, nice move over the line. She'll walk in. Holds on. Spins off. Little delay, looking for the late checker now, and that's going to be a penalty to Matheson. And she's just going to head right to the box. She knew as soon as the whistle went that it was going to be her. So another power play here for the Selects, who scored on their first one 42 seconds into the power play, and they lead 1-0, and that's been our only goal so far. These shots on goal, 4-0 here in favor of the Selects. Now, long bus trip for this Stars team. Sometimes it does take a little bit for those legs to get situated. Bus legs, as they used to call them. And that, of course, is speaking from experience. Burris across for McIntyre. PP1 out here for the Selects. Looking for the tip in front from McLean. Back to the point for McIntyre. Goes back down for McLean. McLean through the middle of the ice, cross ice for Burris. Burris back up top for McIntyre. McIntyre looking for the shot. Burris had a lane there and just couldn't find the biscuit. She'll turn, fire for McIntyre. Good receival down the left side. Good revolving diamond here from the Stars. Not going with the large box, or they are, but they're switching into their formations once they move the puck up top. They know that puck's going to go back down that side to the winger following up, so they switch their positions. Good press there as Lutley, a lot of sandpaper to her game as she was pressing Burris there. That didn't allow them a clean breakout. Now as McLean fires her way through the crowd. Down the left side, quick shot there, nice save made Young. It's MacArthur right on the doorstep there for the rebound, but it was cleared out of the way. And now this dump is going to go all the way down the ice. Mullins is going to get there first, but it's Field. Now Mullins turned it over. She's going to head to the bench for a change here. She just wanted to make sure she could get that puck in deep to allow herself to get off the ice cleanly as that comes back out into the neutral zone. 45 seconds left to go here now. McIntyre getting set up on the power play breakout. She'll move it up the left side. Fife McDonald couldn't handle it. Citrome steps in. She fires it in deep, but it hits the official as Sean Richards picks up the loose puck. Now McIntyre once again spins away from pressure. Up the middle, Richards couldn't make a play on it, and now it's going to go down the ice for icing here. So back down to the select zone we go. 11:19 left to go here in the first frame. Face off to the left side of field. Goals against average is less than a goal. You give your team a chance to win every single night. And over the zone now they go. Drop back. Richards stops up. Had it poked off her stick, but Boyle in to help out as she'll collect now just inside the blue line towards the goal. That one just goes wide. Into the corner. Up the left side. Comes to the blue line, but not quite out. Fife McDonald moves it for Richards. Richards spins around into the middle. Nice little pass for Tanner. Tanner drags, shoots there. A bouncing puck back to even strength. As Matheson back to the bench. So 1 for 2 on the power play now. Liney took a tumble. No big deal, though. Happens to the best of us. Raina Fitzpatrick, the outlet pass. She tries to fire it back there for Guindon, just depending on where you're from. Up to the left side point. Boyle, a shot towards the goal, was somehow able to get through the entire crowd as it moves over into the corner. Guindon easily across there in a quiet zone for Citrome, who moved it up the right side looking for McKenzie. Guindon will find that puck as the Selects push it back in. Now Raina Fitzpatrick gets herself into a good position to take a pass, but it was held in once again. Stars now will clear. That's going to go down the ice. Boyle back for it. Didn't quite have enough for icing, so that allowed the Stars to change, but they have the long defensive change here. Now McHattie. Caddy fires it across. Looking for the outlet pass back the other way now. Foot race, but it's picked up by the Stars, who pump it back out into the neutral zone. Burris tried to get it back inside the zone, but it was touched up on the offside. So the play is whistled dead here. 9:41 left to go. McLean wins the draw back. Partnered across for Burris. Into the zone it goes, all the way around to the far side now. Couldn't come away with it. McLean now up top. Into the middle for Morrow. Morrow couldn't hang on. Now McLean, nice little move. She's going to have some space. Another nice move. To the forehand, she scores. Allie Rose McLean, goal number 29 on the season and point number 46. Will give the Selects a 2-0 lead here, and that's one player you don't want to leave all alone. She made a couple nice moves to get into some space. Pulled the goalie over to the right side and then fired it back against the grain for her 29th of the season. So McLean from McDonald, the Max teaming up there for the second goal of the game. In behind now. Morrow still on it. Into the corner, she'll move it up top for Boyle. Boyle's going to fire it across in the partner. It was a laser, so it went all the way across the far side, but it was pushed back inside the zone now. Richards battling down there against two Stars defenders as Morrow and McLeod went for a change. That'll bring MacArthur on the ice as well as Vint. Vint already with a goal in this game. Now as the Stars look to exit the zone. Chipped through the middle. That one got through. It was on the stick of Walker, and they were back the other way. Now as MacArthur walks in. She'll carry it in deep towards goal. That rebound comes free, but it was kicked aside there by the Stars. Fitzpatrick leans on MacArthur. Nice little one-touch pass up to the point. Back down low. Good read there from Fitzpatrick. That's Bella Fitzpatrick. She ties up. Pulled out of the crowd. MacArthur still with it. Toe drag. Nice shot there. Nice save on the old T-drag there in the middle of the ice. Back down inside the zone. Fitzpatrick will play it. She'll carry. Backhanded through the middle for McGuigan. Too far for her to reach. Vint quickly up the middle of the ice. McHattie over to the left side. Nice little pass. Fife McDonald. She's pressed there from McGuigan. Down she goes. Play continues. Agreed on that one. Fife McDonald. Still battling down there. She's going to come away with it. Spins off McGuigan. Boyle will head for the change. Banked out front. That one's going to switch sides. A little loft up and over. McIntyre will pivot and head back the other way. 7:20 left to go here. McIntyre had it poked off her stick on her way up the ice as that's going to be punched in the zone. And behind the goal they go. Up the left side, Matheson handles it on the backhand, chips it off the glass. It'll come all the way up to McIntyre, who just uses her body to hold the zone. Still pinned up there. Matheson, Lutley, McIntyre, and McHattie all right there jammed up. Fife McDonald in to help out now. As that puck will be picked up there by the Stars. Left side, Matheson, good option through the middle. It's turned over now as McLean tries to center. Picked up by Matheson. Trying to move it up the right side. Just back on side are the Selects. And over the line. Drag, shot. That one was blocked. Goes into the corner. Worked around now is Lutley. Guindon picks it up from Mullins. Mullins took it off the wall and wasn't able to get it out. Bria Tanner. Stars bench trying to get a little life going here. Burris turned it over, walks in, laser. That one goes off the glass, but the puck bounces back out front. They weren't able to capitalize on the rebound as the puck will come back and stay inside the zone. Down to the far corner. Burris made a couple nice moves, but wasn't able to make her way to the net. 6 minutes to go. McLean finds a loose puck. She tries to tuck her way around the defenders. That one's going to be pushed back out into the neutral zone, all the way back towards field. No icing on the play. Back forward is Connolly. Rims it around to the far side now as Richards activates from the bench. She's pressed there from Walker. Selects, get the red line, and they'll get it in deep. All the way around now. Richards cycles it in behind the net. Looking for that loose puck is McLeod, but it was taken here by the Stars. Mullins looking for that outlet. She'll ease off into the middle of the ice. Puck's going to come free, but it's going to come all the way back to the point. Unable to hold the zone was Grinton. He's going to fire that on the far right side. Now is Richards. She'll be pressed off the puck by Larkin. Back out into the neutral zone. Boyle just in front of us here. Tries to dump it in. Fanned on it. Now a second attempt there from Morrow is going to get in deep. Back for it is Myers. Myers on the partner. Up the right side. Too hot to handle as it does exit the zone though. Turned and fired back down inside. To the middle. Walker. She'll get around MacArthur. Walker. Nice little move at the blue line. Up comes the arm. And we're going to have a penalty here to the Selects. So now the Stars will have an opportunity late in the period to cut this lead in half. The faceoff will come to the left side of field. And it's down now. Chip to the blue line and not out. That puck will come out through the neutral zone here. Partnered across. Held up now, an opportunity player fires it across from Mullins. Mullins shot there. That one goes high and wide. Works back to the point. And now that one's going to be lofted the length. So that'll go all the way down into the Stars' end zone. That'll kill off some precious time here. Cross ice pass. Player, nice job. Picked that up. Little spinorama. Didn't kill her momentum one bit. Now she'll walk in the right side. Fired a shot. That goes well wide. Fitzpatrick corrals the rebound. Partner pass across. Larkin the shot. That was blocked by McIntyre. Now she'll send it the length. Young out to play it. Rolled under her stick. Now Fitzpatrick. Nice shake move as she gets around Richards. She'll continue on. Poke that inside the zone. She was able to get it deep, but that's as far as it'll get now as it moves back into the neutral zone. 45 seconds left to go here in the penalty. Once again, sent the length of the ice. Young out to play this one this time. Back is Citrone. Will stop up in behind her own net. Walker will swing. McKenzie as well, but the pass is moved up the right side for McKenzie. The blue line, little 1 foot pass at the blue line instead of dumping it in, so they'll turn it over. 2:55 left to go here in the first period. 15 seconds left to go in the power play. Burris fires that one the length. That'll get by everybody and roll down onto the goaltender. Young left it there. McLean in on the forecheck, but the puck is partnered across. Up the left side. Great job there by Player. She picked that up in the backhand. In over the line she goes. Wines, fires, field, blockers that away. Now back the other way is Richards. The penalty expired now. Back to 5-on-5. Richards with McHattie. She's going to send it in deep, and she'll head for a change. Up the left side. Player all the way across, or tried to anyways, but it was fanned on, so back in the zone it goes off the stick of Mila Martin. Mullins, quick shoulder check before she gets to the puck. Tried to move it up ice. Fanned on the attempt. Now it's a bouncing puck down there in the corner. Back the other way they go. 3-on-2 forming here. Now it's a 2-on-3. Good back check by the Selects. We go back the other way here. Cross ice pass, too far to reach, so the Stars will find it. Little stick lift by Fitzpatrick. And now she's going to dump that inside the zone. And that's going to be an icing here. So we'll head back down to the Stars zone here late in the first. 97 seconds left to go. To the left side of Young we go. Puck is down. Peeled over the crowd. McLean looking for it. So is everybody on the Stars. Now as it's going to be lofted up into the netting. And that will be a whistle here. So a change that the Stars are allowed to have here after icing the puck. So that tired line will get a much needed change here. So the Selects will stick with their guns, but a full sail change here for the Stars. Puck's down, right into the middle, finds a stick there, a shot, they score. Bria Tanner finds a loose puck off a face-off play. And she's gonna pot home her 5th of the season. And just like that, it's 3-0. All right, head back to center. 1:25 left to go here in the first. To the red line and in deep. Another shot coming. That one comes all the way to the point. Good job to hold it in. It goes down into the corner. Tripped up. No call on the play. Now it's going to be picked up by Doron. She'll fire that towards a goal, and that's going to be stopped up just at the 58-second mark here. So face off to the left of Young here. Less than a minute to go now here in the first. Out of the corner. Picked up the right side. Not quite far enough to get the breakout though as it's pushed back in the corner. And behind, Burris. Good read there. She stepped into the lane to intercept that pass. 40 seconds left to go here now. Burris finds that loose puck, moves it across to her partner towards a goal, tipped in front. That was a nice save by Young, who's down in the butterfly. Back up top for Burris. Burris quickly fires. That one goes high and wide. Rebound loose in the corner. 25 seconds left. Taken by the Stars here up the left side. That one was chipped. And out into the neutral zone it goes. Spin around move. And over the line. Tangled up, and now that puck's going to go back the other way. Mullins off the bench looking for that loose puck. She'll find it here. She battles with Richards. Mullins. Tangling up down there. 2 seconds left to go. A shot towards the goal, and that's going to do it here for the first 20 minutes. A 3-0 lead for the home team, the Northern Subway Selects. Still head into the dressing room with a 3-goal lead. Shots on goal after 20 minutes. 12-2 here in favor of the Selects. So we'll head to the intermission, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time with second period action. You are watching the Maritime Major Girls Hockey League here on High Button Sports. Hang tight, second period coming up next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back inside the Hector Arena for today's matchup. The Down East Auto Parts Stars into town here to take on the Northern Subway Selects. If you're just joining us, a 3-goal first period from the Selects is where we stand right now. A power play goal and 2 even strength goals. 12-2 the shots after 20 minutes of play. We're back with the second period here as both teams get set. We'll switch sides as they normally do, and we'll head back to center ice here. 20 minutes up on the board. Period number 2 just about underway here from the Hector Arena. So you hear the stick banging on the wall. That's a tall tale sign of the period and or game just about to begin. So Fitzpatrick getting the first touch. Mullins able to get by the first forechecker. And behind the goal, Burris fires it around to the far side. MacArthur unable to get there. Now Mullins with an extra step. She's going to fire one towards the goal field. Let the puck sit there as the rebound is cleared by MacArthur. Through the middle, Mullins got a stick on it. So that'll erase the icing. Now is Bradley. So now it's the Selects with the long defensive change here. Something to be aware of here. A little miscommunication just inside the blue line there is Bradley. Now it's going to be moved over to the right side for Mullins. Mullins through the middle, just missed Lutley as Mullins will head to the bench now for a change. Lutley in on the forecheck, now Burris. And that's going to be a hooking call in any league. As Evelyn McLeod got her stick into the midsection there of Maya Larkin. So that'll put the Stars back on the power play here, their second of the game. Coming into the game, these Stars had a 19.4% on the power play, and on the penalty kill for the Selects here, 92.5%. So obviously the number's a little more staggered on the penalty kill side. 19% on the power play is actually a really good number. So we'll see if they can continue on here as a shot was tipped. Excuse me. Out to the blue line, Larkin had it roll under her stick. It's Fitzpatrick, good edge work there. She shakes off the forechecker. She'll walk in over the line now. Still with it, towards the goal. Rebound is whacked at, and that's going to be into the corner. Mullins coming through, gets a return pass. She'll work into the corner. McCaddy on her as she cycles it back down low, up to the left point now. Lofted to the far side. Selects looking for the clear. Turned up to the point. That's a wasted clearing attempt now as Larkin fires one. The rebound comes loose. Come all the way back out to the point once again. Winds and fires there. That one goes wide on the blocker side. Larkin activating from the point as she gets down low. Martin looking to get that puck out. Larkin finds it. She'll walk in towards the goal field. Great rebound control there as she deflects that one up and into the netting and out of play. So 58 seconds left to go here in the power play. 12-6 now the shots. Puck's down and cleared the length. So that one was lofted right off the draw. Not going to waste any time. The Selects getting that one down. As back to collect is Citrome. Up the left side, or the right side, I guess, for them. Excuse me. Citrome now carries through the neutral zone. That one goes towards the goal. Field got a stick on it. Fitzpatrick in on the forecheck. McIntyre there as well. Richards couldn't get it all the way down, but she does get it out. So the Selects will have to re-rack here in the neutral zone. Chipped off the wall. Fitzpatrick tried to move it back for Matheson, but that was too far for her to reach, so back in their own zone they go. Picked up here. Walker carries it all the way in. She'll carry it deep. Has a step on McIntyre there. 2 seconds left to go. Back onto the ice and back to even strength we go now. Nothing doing on the power play for the Stars. 0 for 2 so far. Richards through the middle. That's going to get all the way down onto the goaltender, Young, and she's not going to take any chances with a blue jersey on the doorstep. And she'll hang on and cover it up. So the faceoff will remain inside the Stars zone here. Once again, right after this game here is the Pictou County Pipers senior team. They'll take on the Truro Bearcats. Hector Arena, all kinds of action here today. Back up, player able to get a piece of it. She's going to get in on the forecheck. Look at the hustle. Field comes out to play it, and it's always nice to have a goaltender that can play the puck, as that kind of eliminates the forecheck, or at least slows it down. Mullins on the forecheck, speaking of which. Chips it in deep for Lutley. Lutley. She'll lean on the Selects defender, but it's going to be reversed back the other way. Ainsley Connolly finds it. Fans on the attempt to get it out of the zone. Mullins holds it in. She's 1-on-3. In comes Fitzpatrick to help out, but it's peeled out of the crowd by McLean, who's just going to head north. McLean in over the line to the middle. Walks in. Shot there. Tried to go against the grain once again. This time goes wide. Through the middle of the ice now. Mullins all by herself. She's just going to loft one safely. Real smart, unselfish play there from Mullins. The end of her shift on a 1-on-3. Didn't like her chances to get in there and make a few moves, so she gets it in deep and heads for a change to get some fresh legs here. McCaddy back cross ice quickly to Boyle. She'll drop it. It's Chisholm. Couldn't hang on as down she goes. Chipped up the strong side. Coach didn't like that play. Lots of room on the other side of the ice. Slot it back into a quiet zone and go against the grain there. Instead, the puck's held in. Walker now through the middle. Gets a stick on it. Able to get that outside the zone, but the Selects will find it and fire it back down in. Larkin chipped off the wall. McGuigan from the bench. Couldn't hang on. McCaddy now. Had that poked off her stick, so down it goes into the zone. Rimmed around to the far side. Too far for McIntyre, but it will be picked up here by Bria Tanner, who drops it back for McIntyre. The left side, Chisholm looking to get free. She was able to get a stick on the puck and get it in deep. Now is McGuigan back for it. Larkin quickly. Left side, Matheson couldn't get it out. Now it's poked off the stick of Richards, so we'll have to head back and pick it up in her own zone. She's got two on her. Turned it over. Nice play to stay on the feet there. Cross ice for McIntyre. McIntyre through the middle of the ice, right onto the stick of Vint. Brogan Vint in over the line. Tries to fire a shot through the defender. That was blocked, and back to help out is Lutley. She's got Mullins up ice. Good job to stay inside. Mullins tried to toe drag. McIntyre was having none of it as she pokes that off the stick. Now Richards through the middle. Vint once again. Richards taken down into the bench as you just see her come back into your screen. Cross ice pass. Mullins picks it up. She's going to have a step in behind. Mullins drags, taken down, and no call. Play is going to continue. Mullins just getting back to her feet here. She's going to head back to the bench there. Good drive to the front of the net, but she was taken down. I was surprised there wasn't a call there, but the ref had the better view. Back down inside the Select zone it goes. Up the right side, that's going to get by everybody, but icing's going to be waved off as Bradley had a play on it, but couldn't get a stick. Fitzpatrick takes a bump. She swings it around to the far side now. Into the corner. Chipped up the left side. Chipped by the defender. 2-on-1 forming here through the middle. McGinnis couldn't get a stick on it as it was just behind her. Now as Caden's player walks in. She tries to get around the defender. Had it lodged up there against the wall. Walker spins off, backhands it up the strong side. Back down inside the zone it goes as McLean loops inside her own zone. She's going to hit the getaway sticks here and head north. McLean in over the line. Tries to go right down Broadway. And was stopped up before she could get to the front of the net. Now in on the forecheck, centers it out front. Good stick in front by the Stars defense. Up the right side now is McKenzie. McKenzie and over the line, fires a shot. Field will deflect that one up and out of play. And we'll have a stoppage here. So the Selects in a three-way tie for first place with the Moncton Rockets, who are playing in St. John here at the Q-Plex today. And the Lindsay Surge, who took a win last night down in Windsor. Towards a goal now. That one lofted aside. And now back the other way. Look at Martin go down as she dumps it in. McIntyre, good read as she came right down from the left side blue line. A little brain fart there by me. Up the left side, Stars looking for the clean breakout. McCaddy knocked it down with her chest. Not sure that was the intended play, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. McIntyre couldn't handle that pass in her feet. Lexi McIntyre Being pressed from behind the net by Matheson. That's one player you can't chase behind the goals. McIntyre way too fast. As soon as she gains that step on you, she's got you beat. Fake shot down the left side, still with it. In behind the goal, looking for a wraparound. She's going to move it back up top. Shot coming through a crowd. Blocked in front. The rebound came loose. As Martin was looking for it. Now McHattie in there as well, but it's going to be peeled. Out of the crowd, up the right side for Mullins. Mullins just entering your screen. In over the blue line now. Down the right side. She'll drag. Pulls it to herself. In behind the net, but had it poked off her stick. McDonald, sorry. Now Martin able to get that in deep. She was looking for that puck to get in deep so she could finish her change. So all the way around to the far side now. Chip through the middle. Nobody home for the Stars. As the selects Burris able to get possession. Now it's going to be poked back towards the Stars end zone. Through the middle, nice pass. Lutley got a stick on it. That's going to find Walker. Walker unintentionally dropped it. McGinnis fired a shot. That one deflected aside. Looked into the corner now. Player from the bench. She'll swoop through and pick it up. To the point. Cuts into the middle. Nice battle. Shot coming there. Field follows it as Fitzpatrick fired one from the right side point. She'll go over and give her defense partner a tap with the second effort. So 10:47 left to go here in the second period. Behind the goal, centering pass there. Still loose in front. Comes back to the point. Towards a goal. Richards blocked it. Now she's off to the races. 2-on-1 forming here. Chisholm with her. Fitzpatrick back. Tried to center. Great job, Bella Fitzpatrick. She was able to get back defensively. Get her stick in the middle of that lane. Just as Richards tried to center. Go front. Opportunity to shoot. That was blocked. All the way back down inside the neutral zone. Boyle, good edge work there. She was able to escape. And over the line now. Poked off her stick. Chipped off the wall. Hit the official, so it wasn't able to be out. Now it's McLean. Poked that off her stick. Into the corner they go. Tangled up down there in the far corner. Peeled over the crowd. Now to work in behind the goal. Fitzpatrick on it. Worked it up the right side. Chipped through the middle. The puck will get out. McLean nearly took a skate to the face there on the change. Through the middle of the ice, nice feed. Matheson couldn't get freed up. All four Stars caught deep here, so the last one back now is Larkin. Larkin chips it off the wall. Stars weren't quite back out of the offensive zone yet, so they weren't able to touch that puck, but no icing on the play as the Selects will work it in their own zone. Left side, Vint through the middle. Mullins right there to intercept. Down the right side, shot there. That one goes well wide. All the way around to the far side now. Larkin shot through a crowd. That was tipped. Rebounds loose at the side of the goal. Fitzpatrick couldn't get a piece of it until the last second. And that's going to be smothered up by Field here as we have 9:10 left to go here in the second period. Stars just trying to get something here before the end of the period for sure. Puck's down. Moved over to the side. Mullins couldn't find it as she did poke it back to Larkin. Chip through the middle of the ice. Good pass there. Is back the other way. Nice inside out move. And now McIntyre in to help out as well as she was trailing late. The puck rolls in on the goaltender. It's going to be frozen for a stoppage here. Face-off taken. McHattie weaseling her way through on the face-off. Big battle down there in the corner. Passed out front. Turnaround shot there. That one just goes wide on the right side pad. So Stars looking to collect here, but it's held in. Morrow walks into the middle of the ice. Shot there through a crowd. Deflected twice. It finds Young, and she'll hang on. And cover it up here as the Stars will get a change. So these two teams will go right back at it here tomorrow afternoon, just as the afternoon starts, 12 o'clock sharp. Like I said, this is the first game of a two-game set here. Obviously, they were going to stay in town and play two games. Also, freshly in the new year, starting on January 2nd, we'll have the final female showcase of the season in Fredericton at the Grant Harvey Center, which obviously we will be there to cover all that, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. Christmas season right around the corner. I'm sure there's a lot of you at home sitting here watching the game thinking, I should probably get my Christmas shopping done. I being one of those. It's the Stars, nice move, dangerous albeit, but able to get it free, but it's the Selects now who hold the zone. Walker to the point, not out. Good patience there at the offensive blue line by Carrie Doiron, as she was just quickly held on for a second to scan for her options, didn't have anything, and that kind of forced the Stars to ease off a little bit, and she was able to get it in deep. Chipped out into the neutral zone now. Doiron, cross ice for Fife McDonald, didn't see McKenzie coming from the point, now as Richards jumps in to help out. Richards carries, protects, in behind the goal. Turnaround shot there, the save made Young. Rebound comes free into the corner. 7:20 left to go here in the second. Chipped off the wall. That's just going to go outside the line, and that'll be stopped up here. So we'll have a face-off just in front of the Selects bench. Puck down now, battling off the draw. Richards collects. Burris finds it off the face-off. She'll dump it in deep. Shot there through a crowd. Young didn't see it till the very last second, but she was in good position to make that save. Comes back once again. Another shot, a sky riser up towards the face. Good battle down there by Martin. McGuigan. Chip off the wall. It'll get outside the zone now as Matheson to help out. McGuigan as well. Now Mullins will jump onto the ice. Triple M line, although that's not Mullins' normal line mates. Selects get it in deep. Back for it is Fitzpatrick. Mullins and McLean tie up, and that took them both out of the play. That allowed Fitzpatrick to reel through easily. She'll carry it inside the zone. Fitzpatrick, and behind the goal, Lutley. Now Raina Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick duo out there for the Stars. Back to Fitzpatrick. Shot there, kicked aside by Field. Back up to the point once again. They're going to look for another shot. Wines fires. That one was blocked this time. Stick lift in front. Selects back the other way, trying to go north. Poked off the stick. Fitzpatrick leans into her opponent. Nice move by McLean at the blue line. Able to maintain possession, not to force herself offside as we approach the 5.5-minute mark here of the second. And behind the goal now. Stretch pass on the way. Mullins picks it up with one hand. She's going to walk down the right side. Mullins drags, shoots there. That one goes off the crossbar. I don't think Field expected her to let that one rip. Likewise, neither did I up here in the booth. Dumped in now. Field, great job there. Left it perfectly on her forehand for her defenseman, Boyle. Up the right side. Thought about chipping it. Tanner with a goal in this game already. Fires across ice into a dump. Allie Chisholm there first for the Selects. She'll continue on the forecheck, just trying to bulldoze her way onto the puck. Clearing attempt hit her own teammate. McIntyre couldn't handle. She'll have to head back and retreat for it. Cuts back. Nice move. She had to eat ice there. Great job and good heads up. See, that's what happens when you skate with your head up there. You're able to check traffic, and they were offside, so she had to hang on for a second. She'll do the full loop. Gets in on the forecheck after her own dump. And now there's a little bit of a tangle up in behind the net. McHattie with it. Dropped it. MacArthur walks into the middle. Quick shot to the blocker's side, and that's going to be smothered up by Young. And she'll hang on here. 4:38 left to go now here in the second period. So underneath 5 minutes to go here. Stars still looking for their first. Off the draw, both teams looking to pull it out of the crowd. Still there now. Now it's worked into the corner. Will make its way in behind the net. Switching sides here. Up the left side. Through the middle. That's going to get behind everybody, but McIntyre is going to be back first. You can hear Field relaying the message of where her pressure is coming from as McIntyre. Nice pass up the right side for Vint. Vint right across for McIntyre. MacArthur shot there. She made a nice move to get in. Those Mac names, they'll get you. That was Lutley. Couldn't get the line. Swings it back. Looking for the return. She finds it. She's got McHattie on her. Emily Lutley Drag move. Holds on. Cycles it down deep to her line mate Mullins. Mullins. Back from Lutley. Lutley. Backdoor for Fitzpatrick. Wasn't quite ready to receive the pass. She didn't get herself turned around. Turn towards goal. Oh, front there. Cleared out of harm's way. Left side now. Guindon. Able just to get the line and get it deep. Field will play that aside. 3.5 minutes left to go. Outlet pass all the way through center for Richards. Richards drags that foot, able to stay onside. Into the corner it goes. Utley for Mullins. Mullins fired that through the neutral zone. Fitzpatrick not able to get there in time. Through the middle of the ice. An opportunity on the right side. Shot there. Rebound. Oh, what a save, Young. Not sure if it was Young or Citron who cleared it, but it stays out of the net. This player takes a bump there from Richards. Now Burris. She'll work her way over to the right side. Good pass there. Right on the tape. Spin around. Drop pass. That's player. Moves it for McKenzie. That was McGinnis. Looking for Walker. Now is Burris back for it. Spin around. Finds Richards out to the neutral zone. Foot race for it here. Cross ice pass. Nobody home for the Stars as they were touching up anyways. Up the left side now. Fitzpatrick had that banked off her stick. It's Fife McDonald looking for it in over the line. Richards centers into the high slot. 2:20 left to go. McKenzie dumps that in deep. Good battle there as Field comes out to leave it there for Boyle. Like I mentioned earlier in the game, real good asset to have with a goaltender who's able to play that puck. As the Selects will get the red line and get it in deep. Bradley spins around. McLean, good read there as she'll steal that puck. Holly Rose McLean working out of the corner, battling. Goes back to the point. Shot coming. Tipped in front there. Rebound. Nice shot there as McLean got all of it on the backhand there. Off her front foot, but just goes high and wide. As now back the other way goes McKenzie. She's going to dump that in deep. Field out to play it. Boyle picks it up cleanly. Looking for her option. She'll move it up the right side, but it was off a stick of Lutley. And now it'll go into the red or neutral zone area. Myers too tardy on the pass, so it was deflected. Cross ice. Bank pass back the other way. Approaching the final minute here. Larkin, the left side for Raina Fitzpatrick. Couldn't hang on as that puck was back down inside the Stars zone. Looking for Mullins on the right side. Mullins battles there. Trying to poke it free was Lutley. And now it's going to be pumped inside the zone. Last minute to play here in the second period. Held in. McCaddy. Lutley in there to help out as well. Mullins in perfect defensive support. And she'll move down the right side. Mullins taking a beating there from Tanner. And she'll fire one through a crowd. Rebound comes loose. Tries to whack at it. Her and McIntyre tangle up down there. And now back the other way go the Selects late in the period here. 3-on-2. Try to make a move. Poked off the stick. And if they hurry, they can go back the other way quickly here. McIntyre tries to fire that one back down inside the zone. McGinnis. She's going to have some space. Tries to fire it across for Walker. That one will get all the way down onto the goaltender. Field will keep it moving, though. Trying to send a stretch pass. Walker couldn't hang on. And that's going to do it here for 40 minutes. No goals in the second period to speak of. A 3-goal lead heading into the third period. These shots after 40 minutes, 20-13 in favor of the Selects. So we'll head to the intermission. We'll have a flood. And we will be back with the third period action. You're watching the Maritime Major Girls Hockey League here on High Button Sports. Hang tight, third period coming next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the Hector Arena for period number 3. The final 20 minutes up on the board potentially. 3-0 lead here for the Selects. Once again is where we stand to start this period. So 3 goals in the first and none since. So the Stars will start with Fitzpatrick, Bradley, Raina Fitzpatrick, Mullins, and Lutley. And the Selects will start with MacArthur, Burris, Connolly, Vint, and Allie Rose McLean. So looks like we're almost ready to go here. The players all at center ice. Teams have switched sides. Stars with the long defensive change here. And we are underway here with the final 20. Poked free now. MacArthur back in her own zone. Mullins just outside the blue line, dumps it in. Rimmed around the far side. Weird one, but a nice play by McLean to knock that, or sorry, by Vint to knock that down. MacArthur cross ice for Burris. Burris and over the line. Fired a shot. That goes well high and wide, and that's going to come all the way around to the blue line. It's Fitzpatrick. Fired across ice. Mullins wasn't quite there yet. Now as McLean picks it up, she's going to have a step. McLean shot there, and the save made by Young, and she'll hang on here. 19-11 left to go here. Just 49 seconds into the third period, and we got our first whistle here. The face-off to the right side of Tegan Young. Rammed around to the far corner. Foot race here now. Player comes flying through. She was able to get to the puck first, centered it. Nobody home for the Stars. Now we're going to have a foot race back the other way. Myers. It's tangled up there and behind the goal, but in to help out his player. She loops in behind her own goal now. She'll head to the middle of the ice. Nice little move as she freed up some space. And over the line, turns, fires, and that one goes off a body. And now we're going to have a whistle here. Looks like it's hand pass or offside, one of the two. Regardless, the face-off's going to come just outside the blue line here. The Stars trying to get over that 500 hump here. 13-13. Back for it now. Fitzpatrick. Sorry, that's Larkin. My apologies. Poked free. Still in behind the goal now. Poked it up to the blue line. Boyle, she'll walk to the middle of the ice. Ran out of real estate, so she fires it back down inside the Stars zone. Pulled back. Richards in on the forecheck. McInnes got it to the blue line, but not out. Sits in behind the goal. The left side here. Walker. How that one go up overhead. Boyle wasn't able to hold the line. Now the Selects will have to touch up here. That'll give the Stars some time. Now McKenzie picked it up for a moment. Now she'll turn, fired inside the zone, and in on the forecheck she goes. McGuigan as well, but it's McIntyre stopping up in behind her own net. McIntyre, bank pass. Pushed back in. Stars were good there as the Selects brought the puck back inside the zone. That might be one of the most unknown rules in hockey. And I'm not going to lie to you. I played 20-some years of competitive hockey and didn't learn that rule until I was a referee. McIntyre goes back the other way. In over the blue line. Nice cut move to the middle. Turn, shot blocker save. Going to collect her own rebound. Centering pass. Nobody home. Now it's the Stars back the other way. Chipped off the wall. Just past Gwindon down into the zone. McHattie in on the forecheck. She tangles up. Fife McDonald. Worked in behind their own goal once again here. Citrome. For her options, she'll fire that through the middle. Mullins in the support for the stretch pass. Got a stick on it, but it was McIntyre who was able to come away with that puck. Lutley up the left side for Mullins. Mullins turns, fires it back. Lutley's going to find that loose puck. She'll walk down the right side. Cut back move into the middle. Picked off, back the other way. Nice little move there from Allie Chisholm. Chisholm. And over the line, tries to cut. Good press there from Bradley. She stepped up at the defensive blue line. Now as Emily Lutley's going to pump that inside the zone, and she'll stay at the bench for a change. It's Patrick in on the forecheck, got a stick on it. Centers, nice move. Try to make another move. Player couldn't get around the last defender. Away goes Bria Tanner here. Had that poked off her stick. She'll get the return pass though. Over the red line, couldn't get it deep. Just inside the line. Chipped outside, real good switch there from the Lineys. That puck gets caught up in the feet. The other official's supposed to slide in, take the offensive blue line. The other one slides back into the neutral zone. A little Liney lesson there for you. That one's going to go the length of the ice, but I don't think it's going to have enough for icing. And yes, it will, so I was wrong here. She took the long route, and that allowed them to get the call. So to go back to that rule about the puck come back in the zone, if you're the offensive team and the puck gets dumped out of the offensive blue line, but the defending team brings it back inside, then automatically the offside is waved off, even with 3-4 players back inside, as they brought it back inside their own defensive zone. So hopefully that makes sense. In my head it did, but that doesn't always translate to everybody else. Off the face-off looking for a chance. Richards circling around the zone. She's going to cut to the front of the net there, but she had to get by 2 white jerseys, and she wasn't able to do so. MacArthur turned it over. Boyle looking for the backdoor tip. Rebound still there. MacArthur through her feet. Couldn't get it to enough point to pull the trigger. Now she dangles the referee. And now that puck's going to come outside the zone. Boyle, red line in deep. 2 forwards for the Stars are going to make a change here. Fitzpatrick pulls it off the side wall. Now McGuigan picks it up here. She's going to work through the middle of the ice. Walker got a stick on it. Able to get that inside the zone, and she'll complete the change here. Reverse back the other way. McGuigan ran into Richards, took her down, and she continued on. Trying to poke that free was Grinton. Looking for a centering pass. Selects will nail down the front of the net. Back to the point. That one's going to come outside the zone. Referee right down into the squat to make sure he got that one. It's Richards tangled up down there. As the puck will get in deep though, however. Back to the point. Cross ice pass. Had to be careful there as McKenzie was stepped up. McIntyre walks in. Shot there. That was blocked. Rebounds free. Had to be careful. And now Lutley will pick it up. She's going to fire that across ice for Matheson. Lutley back to her D. Couldn't handle it. As the Selects looking to strike here, but Lutley back defensively to help out. She's going to try and find a cross ice pass onto Mullins, and she's successful in doing so. Up the right side, Fitzpatrick receives the pass and fires it in deep. Lexi McIntyre with it. She tries to cut back to the middle of the ice. She had it stripped. Lutley looking for the pass. Now it's going to go back the other way. Lofted in, bouncing puck. Young had to be careful. She was, and fields it like a ball player. Leaves it there for her defense. Now Guindon trying to find Mullins on the cross ice. Just a little bit of a telegraph there, so was picked off by the Selects. So have the neutral zone clogged up here on the forecheck. Looks like the 2-1-2 they're going to go with here. Maybe that was unintentional, but that's just what I noticed. Burris is going to fire that back in deep. Held in. McLean back to the point. Shot towards the goal. Rebounds loose there. Comes free. Cleared out of harm's way. Mullins lofts one up over. Walker looking for it, but it's Burris. She'll stop up. Walker will stop in front of the crease. Burris gets around the first forechecker, and away she goes. Those long strides. Cuts back into the middle of the ice. Burris shot there. And then that one goes up and out of play. So 12:48 left to go here now. 24-13 the shots here in favor of the Selects, who lead this one 3-0 still. 3 goals in the first period. And it's been a goalie battle ever since. The face-off here to the left side of Young. The corner. Reverse back around the other side. Now Walker has to hurry to get there. She wasn't able to get there in time as Boyle holds the line. Puck bounced down in front of the crease, looking for a centering pass there for Fife McDonald. Now it's the Stars back the other way. Over to the left side for Walker. Walker fires one field. Able to kick that one aside. Rebound is whacked free. Centering pass there. Nobody home for the Stars. That one rolled through the crease. Now the outlet pass up for McLean. McLean over to the right side for Boyle. Boyle carrying it inside the offensive zone. Tries to center. Goes off the back of the net. McIntyre activating. She runs into two defenders. Stays on it though. Trying to chip it free. Battling down there. McGuigan on her. And to help out now is Connolly. That's Chisholm actually, not Connolly. Accountability up here. Back to the point. Duran didn't have a lane to the net, so she fires it in deep. That's going to get him behind the goal now is McGuigan. Approaching the halfway mark here of the third period. Richards had it poked off her stick, and that's going to go all the way back down inside the select zone, so they'll go back to collect here. Duran, bank pass. McKenzie plays it at the blue line, and she's going to be whistled. On the offside, just came out of the line. So we'll have a stoppage of play here. The face-off will come just in front of the selects bench. Larkin fires that in deep. Icing waved off. Field out to play it. Leaves it there for McIntyre. McIntyre, bank pass off the wall. Referee actually helped out there. And that one's going to be whistled on the offside, and no one heard the first whistle, so we will have a stoppage of play here. Down here, Larkin on the partner, up the left side for Fitzpatrick. Tries to chip it free, couldn't get by the defender. And over the line, trying to center right away. Good heads up by Richards, just couldn't get the puck to her teammate. Now is Mullins, gets it up to Lutley, who pumps it in deep. Field out to play it, McIntyre back to collect. Fitzpatrick will funnel her out to one side. McIntyre almost ran into Mullins, but she was able to get the puck up to her teammate. McIntyre in her own feet. Lutley nonchalantly in front of her own goal, was pressed there by Richards. Lutley had it stripped. Richards works it up against the wall. Having a great rookie season. Richards sitting in third. I do believe in points, fourth actually. Left side. And over the line now is Vint. Carries it deep. Good head of steam as she carries in behind the goal. Centering pass out into the slot. Fitzpatrick is going to find Mullins on the right side. Mullins pokes that free. She gets tangled up. Great play there by Ainsley Connolly. You got to take away Mullins' time and space. Can't give her time to stick handle her way through the crowd. Cross ice pass right on the tape. Nice feed. MacArthur. Cut back move there into the feet of Citrome. Couldn't get freed up. It's McCaddy now battling for that puck back. Burris fired that up. It hit player. She blocked it. Kind of stunned her for a sec there, but she was able to get back on the forecheck as it's cleared by Field. MacArthur chipped it outside the zone. Spin around. That's going to go back down inside the select zone as we approach the halfway mark now. The left side. And fires it across. MacArthur looking for that loose puck. Poked it to herself. Continues on. Couldn't get by Bradley. Now McCaddy in to help out. She'll spin off. MacArthur now. Stick check. Nice move. Works her way to the front of the net. Tries to get a shot off, but it was poked free. Now is Bradley. Up the left side for Matheson. Matheson's got McGuigan with her. She's just going to fire that in deep. Field out to play it. Moves it to her defender. Up the right side. MacArthur off her feet. Now is McKenzie back. She turned it over. Now is MacArthur down the right side. She'll cut back into the front of the net there. Tried to shove it up on the short side and goes up and off the glass. And now it's going to be cleared here by the Stars. Through the middle. Bouncing puck. Gets over everybody's stick. To the red line and in deep there by McDonald. An assist in the game so far. Fitzpatrick through the middle of the ice. Or McKenzie. You could hear the coach yelling deep, deep, deep from here, so she does so as Field leaves it there once again for McIntyre. Through the middle of the ice. McLean couldn't handle the pass. Now she'll follow it up. Final loose puck. Makes a nice move. McLean centers. Little back pass there as Fitzpatrick couldn't get it out. Chipped out into the neutral zone. Back forward, here's McIntyre. She's got Mullins on her. Turned it over just inside the blue line. Fitzpatrick Stays inside the zone. McIntyre leans on Mullins. Mullins staying on it. Try to move it up top. Now Larkin will find it. She fires a knuckler towards the goal, and it was blocked before it could get there by Doron. Gary Doron. Outlet pass. McLean. Gonna bounce one in on the goaltender. Young's just gonna shove that to the side. Larkin. Outlet pass up for Walker right on the tape. Walker now moves it up the right side. McGinnis. Got that one tangled up in the official's feet. And now that's going to get inside the zone as they're going to give chase here now. 25-14, the shots here in favor of the Selects. Nice forecheck there as the Stars looking to come away with this puck. All the way outside the zone. Cross ice pass to Trome. Fires that through the middle. Fife McDonald. Got a stick on it into the feet. Get the clock going here in a sec. No panic. The left side now, Player. Fires that in deep. Back to collect now is Boyle. Boyle partnered across for Fife McDonald. She spins. Fires it up ice. Richards, chip pass into the middle. Nice play to Boyle coming through. Boyle works it around the far side. McCaddy tried to make a play on the backhand. Now it's turned over. Tanner down deep. She's leaned on. In to help out now. That's Allie Chisholm. 7:20 left to go. Excuse me. Worked all the way around. Cycled down deep. 7:12 now. Just one touch through the middle. Wasn't able to get it to go. Now they're going to pump it back down inside the zone. Selects will be happy with keeping that puck 200 feet from their own net. The hardest place to score from on the entire ice. Keeping the camera on the bench there. Looked like there could have been some pushing and shoving, but nothing comes of it. Partnered across, turned it over. Fitzpatrick trying to go down to Mullins. Mullins tried to knock it down. A little lacrosse background there. Could tell by the way she positioned her hands. I do believe she played on the the provincial team, not the Nova Scotia team, but the provincial team in Prince Edward Island. Maybe I'm wrong. Selects trying to exit the zone. Fitzpatrick held up. Mullins and Lutley in to help out. So 3-on-2 trying to outnumber the puck. They will do so. But it's going to be pushed back down inside the zone. Back for it is Grinton. Rimmed it around to the far side. Comes outside the zone. Bella Fitzpatrick. Chips it to the far side. Tanner. Fitzpatrick was caught in behind the play. Now Walker through the middle. He's going to have a step here. Walker, quick shot there. That one just goes wide. Lutley, and on the forecheck. Chip through the middle. McIntyre all the way over to the far side for Rogan Vint. Moves it back for McIntyre. Stays on side. 5.5 left to go. McLean, quick shot. Glove down by Young, and she'll hang on here with 5:29 left to go here. So time ticking away here for the Stars team. 14 shots so far here for the visiting Stars. Push to the side off the draw here over in front of the Rink Dogs. Stretch pass. And that one's going to be offside. That one was plain as day. You just feel that pressure coming on the back checker, and you're thinking, I just need to keep moving here so I can pick this puck up and get in behind. You feel the pressure, but just a little bit too ahead of the play there. But a nice job by the Stars. They're trying to draw those defenders out because the Selects are doing a great job of holding the offensive blue line here. So send the weak side winger out into the neutral zone and hope to drag them out with you. Back to the point. No lane to the net, so fired in deep. Centering pass there, McLean. Spin around shot there, Young the save, and that'll be smothered up with 4:57. Left to go here in the third. The face-off will remain inside the Stars zone here. for the breakout. They'll get it up to Walker. Walker with a step down the left side. Tries to center, bouncing puck goes off the side of the goal and up and over. A little bit of a dangerous moment there. McLean will fire that up the right side for MacArthur. Good job by McIntyre to stay on side. Back to McIntyre, slides it down low. Puck still loose in front. Ref right there on the doorstep, making sure he's got full sight of the puck, and now it's going to be covered up. So 4:24 left to go here. Stars got to get one soon if they want to continue to claw back here. Right off the face-off. Puck still loose, though. That kind of slid through Young there. I'm not really sure how it ended up back into play, but it does. The play continues here now as McKenzie takes a bump. McGuigan knocks it down. She reaches at it. Burris poked that free. Now it's in over the line. Left side, quick shot. That one was deflected off the glass. The rebound came right out front. Unable to get the puck out of the zone, though. Richards, backhand pass. Gwendon moved it up to McGuigan. Too far for her to reach, so it goes back down low. Morrow in for Richards. Back to Morrow. .340 left to go. Fitzpatrick, left side. Bouncing puck. Burris got a stick on it. Poked it free, but only for a moment. Now is it's going to be ripped back down inside the zone. Gwendon now collects. She'll fire it up the left side, right to the middle of the ice for Matheson. Matheson over to the right side for Mullins. Too far for her to reach as that'll get inside the zone, so job half done. Fife McDonald. Lutley reaching for that puck, able to hold the zone. Fitzpatrick tries to cycle in deep, still looking for it. Whacked free. Lutley opens up, drags, shoots, fires. Off the post, rebound, they score. Not sure who got the final touch in front of the net, but it looks like it's going to be Raina Fitzpatrick. And that's going to be her 11th goal of the season. Assist got to be from Lutley there on her 15th. So Fitzpatrick sitting second, only behind Ellie Mullins here for the scoring lead of their team. So 3:01 left to go here, and we have a 2-goal lead, so plenty of time left for the Stars team to claw back into this one. Not as much time as they would like. Nice feed up the right side, though, for Lutley. Mullins trailing. She'll work in the middle. One-time shot there. That one just goes wide. You can tell that goal injected a little life here into this Stars team as Larkin drags to the middle. Shot. Field able to track that well. Slides across the crease. Gloves it down. And she'll hold on. So Fitzpatrick from Lutley and Mullins. Coach instructing Young over there to keep an eye on the bench. Wants her halfway out. They want to get the goalie out as fast as they can here to get that extra attacker. Good puck pursuit off these draws. That'll allow the Stars to get possession. Tanner moved it up the left side. Now the Selects will pump it in the zone. All the way around now. Cleaned up against the wall. McLean, nice move. Moves it back. Tanner, back to the McIntyre. McIntyre returns it back down low, spinning around. McLean trying to pull it into some space. You got to say up on the way up the ice here, they might be taking the goaltender. It's Fitzpatrick. Moved into the middle for Lutley. Lutley down the right side. She'll carry, had it poked off her stick, tries to whack it back inside. Fitzpatrick finds a loose puck. Now Mullins is going to head for a change. Nice move there from McIntyre. She's going to create some space here. Try to cut back through the middle. Fitzpatrick, good gap control there. As she stepped right up into that lane and took that away. Otherwise, McIntyre could have been off to the races. So 97 seconds left to go here. Down into the corner it goes. Looked out into the neutral zone. Burris just going to fire that in deep. 1:27 left to go here. Stars, time's a ticking here. Up the left side, Burris holds the line. Nice move. Walks in. Shot there. Young the save. Rebound. Whacked out once again. Into the corner. Pinned up against the wall. 1:05 left to go, approaching the final minute to play. Stars hemmed in their zone. Centering pass off the back. Last minute to play here in the third period. Player takes a bump down there. Fitzpatrick in to help out. Pinned up against the end wall. And a huge hit down there, and Bella Fitzpatrick had seen enough as she cleaned house there, and now player will touch up. And she's going to head to the penalty box. So that'll pretty well do it for the comeback chances. 46 seconds left, and the Stars will be shorthanded here. Sorry about the cough into the mic there, but every now and then they sneak up on you. One last power play here for the Selects. Up to the left point. Lutley, nice move. McIntyre got a stick on her. Citrome now had that one roll away from her. 30 seconds left to go. Lutley tries to fire that back down inside the zone. Mullins leaves it there for Lutley. Lutley's going to bounce one in. Field left it there for McIntyre, who picks it up here with 17 seconds left. Through the middle of the ice, MacArthur. And over the line, tries to go wide, tries to center. Citrome able to get in that lane. Now is Mullins in a foot race with McIntyre here. Mullins and McIntyre tangle up. Two former teammates this season already as they get tangled up, and that's going to do it here as the Selects will hang on for a 3-1 victory against the Down East Auto Parts Stars. Final shots on goal, 30-18 in favor of the Selects. So that'll do it here for the coverage of this one. Game one of the two-game set goes to the Selects. We'll be back here at the Hector Arena tomorrow afternoon at lunchtime, and I will see you guys then. Everyone here at High Button Sports, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the coverage, and we'll see you at the next one.